Connecticut's Department of Children and Families is trying to do more to help support the people they serve, children and adults alike.
And DCF Commissioner Vannessa Dorantes and Ken Mysogland are here this morning to tell us how. So welcome back. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
We always look forward to seeing you both.
As always.
So what did you want to talk about first of all? We were talking during the break about the support, right? Let's talk about that.
It's really good. It's important to raise awareness to mental health. Mental health is an essential portion of everyone's health. And the Surgeon General of the United States has declared youth mental health as a priority. And so here in Connecticut, we want to make sure that we lift up and raise awareness to the supports that are available for kids right here.
And how have you done that, expanding that support?
But due to the support of the legislature and the governor and an unprecedented amount of funding towards children's mental health, we have been able to stand up so many supports that really just help families. The first of which is expanding our 24/7 emergency mobile crisis. So any time of the day at any part of the state, you just pick up the phone and dial 211. If a parent is experiencing some issues with their child, they can get some additional mental health support. Again, that's just 211.
That's 24?
That's 24/7. Yeah.
That's incredible.
And the key thing is it's 24/7 mobile. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, if your child's having a very hard time, they will come right to your house.
Wow.
And help you right in your home and provide support right in your home. And that's fantastic.
Okay, so I want to stop you there. For some parents, to get to that point to ask for help is very difficult. And also, I think some parents would worry, are they going to think that I did something wrong, or that this child is acting out or having some issues because of me?
That's a great question.
I'm nervous to have someone come to my house in the middle of the night.
So, you know, mental health conditions are common. They're curable, treatable, and they are, we need to destigmatize and make sure that people don't have anxiety or fear with just asking for help. And, you know, one of the other things that we did was to expand what's called access mental health. And so one of the ways that a parent can get some mental health assistance is through their own pediatrician. So they may not want to reach out to someone that they don't have a pre-existing relationship with, but they're pretty connected to their pediatrician. So they can go and access mental health. Now allows for 3 additional sessions of consultation with that pediatrician to give some additional supports with, you know, the parent and the child who might be experiencing some difficurity.
That's great.
And now, and there's this brand new Urgent Crisis Center?
Fantastic.
So
this is fantastic.
Urgent Crisis Centers, it's a new service type. There are 4 of them. Actually, 3 are stood up. We're actually doing a ribbon cutting for the one in Hartford that is run by the Village for Children and Families.
It's right by my house.
And an Urgent Crisis Center is just like an urgent care center that you would have if you sprained your ankles doing pickup softball. This is if your child is experiencing a mental health crisis, that you can walk in and they have trained clinicians that are able to really kind of meet their needs on the spot.
That's amazing.
Another one at Wellmore Behavioral Health in Waterbury is already up and running. We're going to have one on the eastern side of Connecticut, and Yale New Haven Health has stepped up theirs. And I think a key point, and you kind of alluded to this earlier, these are not DCF staff. We fund and support these programs, but you are going to talk with trained clinicians to help your child, to help you through that urgent crisis, to help you through that behavioral health issue, where no one's going to look at you and say, what are you doing wrong, right? This is a condition that happens. You know, kids are going to be anxious going back to school. We've had a lot of violence and trauma recently in our communities. So we wanted to clarify that we're behind the scenes funding, but these are private providers, you know, not DCF staff.
Real quick before we go, how do we get this newsletter?
Absolutely. So
this is great.
So we love that, right?
Beautiful.
So this is just our DCF newsletter. Oftentimes what you'll see in the headlines are things that are negative, but there's so much more complexity to child protection and children's behavioral health. So monthly we put on a spotlight on what's right newsletter that is posted on our website at dcfct.org, .gov, sorry, that will just kind of give you some highlights of some of the things that have been happening around the department. And if there's anything that your listeners want to have repeated or to know more about resources for children's mental health and community, connectingtocarect.org. So that's connectingtocarect.org.
We can't thank you both enough.
Thank you
so much.
It was a pleasure to see you. See you next month.
All righty.